Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our chapter 15 of Goals by Brian Tracy. Today we'll be working on reviewing our goals daily. And for this, as we begin this chapter, Orson Swett Marden says, it is psychological law that whatever we wish to accomplish, we must impress on the subjective or subconscious mind. Sometimes I ask my audiences, how many people here would like to double their incomes? Not surprisingly, everyone raises his or her hand. And then I go on to say, well, I have good news for you. Everybody here is going to double the income guaranteed if you live long enough. If your income increases at the rate of 3% to 4% per year, the average annual cost of living increases. You will double your income in about 20 years, but that is a long time to wait. The real question is not about doubling your income. The real question is how fast can you do it? Double the speed at goal attainment. There are many techniques that can help you to achieve your personal and financial goals faster. In this chapter, I want to share with you a very special method that has taken more people from rags to riches than any other single method ever discovered. It is simple, fast, effective, and guaranteed to work. You will practice if you will practice it. Earlier, I said, you become what you think about most of the time. This is the great truth that underlies all religion, philosophy, psychology, and success. As a teacher of mine, John Boyles, once said, whatever you can hold in your mind on a continuing basis, you can have. This is the key. So, for those of you, my dear friends, who are having this book as a copy, please underline this, highlight this, or if you continue to take reflections notes, do write that down. It's very important to be consistent. Once we're consistent about thinking about something like a manifestation, which is ongoing, where you keep thinking and keep giving it emotions and feelings, we can actually have it very, very easily. Now, for this, positive thinking versus positive knowing, let's understand the difference. Many people today talk about the importance of positive thinking. Well, positive thinking is important, but it is not enough. Left undirected and uncontrolled, positive thinking can quickly degenerate into positive wishing and positive hoping. Instead of serving as an energy force for inspiration and higher achievement, positive thinking can become little more than a generally cheerful attitude towards life and whatever happens to you, positive or negative. To be focused and effective in goal attainment, positive thinking must translate into positive knowing. You must absolutely know and believe in the depths of your being that you are going to be successful at achieving a particular goal. You must proceed completely without doubt. You must be so resolute and determined, so convinced of your ultimate success that nothing can stop you. Again, very imperative to understand that 99% of the world is wishing for magics, is wishing for progress, is wishing for abundance. And they hope that some miracle is going to happen. But there's 1% of people who achieve all of their dreams. So positive thinking is important, very, very important. But positive knowing is something we have to train ourselves to get into. For that, a belief system has to be in place. We must believe in the depths of our being that we're going to be successful at achieving a particular goal, that this goal will manifest into something really beautiful. And then we must do everything possible in line with that. We must be so focused, so determined that this is the ultimate success, and then we are unstoppable. And for doing this, most important thing is to program our subconscious mind. So we all know that we have two minds, right? Conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind is an analytical mind which thinks, which ponders, which is logical. Subconscious mind is a mind which has all the programs that are put in our being from our past lives also. And a subconscious mind gets into predominance once theta state arrives once we are into a sleep pattern. So sometimes hypnosis or sometimes recorded affirmations or recorded talk while getting to sleep really, really, really works. So everything that you do to program your subconscious mind with this unshakable conviction of success will help you achieve your goals faster. This method I'm going to share with you can actually multiple your talents and abilities and greatly increase the speed at which you move from wherever you are to wherever you want to go. One of the important mental laws is whatever is impressed is expressed. Whatever you impress deeply into your subconscious mind will eventually be expressed in your external world. Your aim in mental programming is to impress your goals deeply into your subconscious mind so that they lock in and take on a power of their own. This method helps you to do that. Systematic versus random goal setting. For many years, I worked away at my goals, writing them down once or twice a year and then reviewing them whenever I got a chance. Even this was not enough to make an incredible difference in my life. Often I would write down a list of goals for myself in January. For the coming year, in December of that year, I would review my list and find that most of the goals had been accomplished, including some of the biggest and most unbelievable goals on the list. I then learned the technique that changed my life. I discovered that it is powerful for you to write down your goals once a year. It is even more powerful for you to write down your goals more often. Some authors suggest that you write down and review your goals once a month, others once a week. What I learned was the power of writing and rewriting your goals every single day. Now, for some of you, that you may think, oh, it's crazy. We have 100 dreams. How can we write our dreams like every single day? So we're not talking about dreams. We're talking about goals. Goals are the ones which we write down with the timeline. And goals are the ones we break up into to-do list that we in order to achieve this, what is this to-do list? And for to-do list, we work on accountability that have we achieved this? Have we achieved this? Have we achieved this? Like a reckoner. So let's learn to write down our goals each day. Here is a technique. Get a spiral notebook that will help you at all times. Each day, open up your notebook and write down a list of your 10 to 15 most important goals without referring to your previous list. Do this every day, day after day. As you do this, several remarkable things will happen. The first day you write down your list of goals, you will make a give to in some thought and reflection. Most people have never made a list of their top 10 goals in their entire lives. The second day you write out your list without reference to your previous list, it will become easier. However, your 10 to 15 goals will change both in description and order of priority. Sometimes a goal that you wrote one day will not appear the next day. It may even be forgotten and never reappear again, or it may reappear later at a more appropriate time. Each day that you write down your list of 10, 15 goals, your definitions will become clearer and sharper. You will eventually find yourself writing down the same words every day. Your order of priority will also change as your life changes around you. But over time, after about 30 days, you will find yourself writing and rewriting the same goals every day. And that's when your list takes off. And at about this time, something remarkable will happen in your life. It will take off. You will feel like a passenger in a jet hurtling down the runway. Your work and personal life will begin to improve dramatically. Your mind will sparkle with ideas and insights. You will start to attract people and resources into your life to help you to achieve your goals. You will start to make progress at a rapid rate, sometimes so fast that it will be a little scary. Everything will begin to change in a very positive way. Over the years, I've spoken in 23 countries, addressed more than 2 million people. I've shared this 10 goal exercise with hundreds of thousands of seminar participants. The exercise that I gave them is a little simpler than the exercise that I'm giving you here. Here it is. I asked my audience members to make a list of 10 goals that they want to accomplish in the coming year. I tell them to put the list away for 12 months and then open it up. When they open up the list after a year, it will be as though a magic trick has been performed. In almost every case, 8 out of the 10 goals will have been accomplished, sometimes in the most remarkable ways. I've given the exercise all over the world to people in every language and culture. In virtually every case, when I return to their cities and countries, people line up to talk to me. Like in a wedding, receiving line, tell me story after story about how their lives have changed after writing down the 10 goals a year or more ago. Putting this method to work. In the exercise that we're discussing in this chapter, you will learn to get results that are far greater and far faster than those enjoyed by people who write their goals down only one time. Your results will double and triple and increase 5 times and 10 times as you use the same power of goal setting we have discussed earlier. But you will now be writing your goals down every single day. There are some special rules that you must follow to get the formula to get most out of this exercise. First, you must use First, you must use the words 3P formula. Your goals must be written and described in the positive, present, and personal tenses. So, for those of you who are not aware of this, it's like affirmations. I have whatever, like say you want $1 million by the end of the year. So, you imagine yourself at the end of the year and you say, I have $1 million by so and so. But generally, we also do not write the completion line, like the goals are with the deadline, but we don't write that. Otherwise, there's a sense of desperation. So please remember the 3P's formula: positive, present, and personal tenses. Rather than saying, I wish to have, you'll write I have. Now, how do we activate our subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is only activated by affirmative statements phrased in the present tense. You therefore write down your goals as though you have already accomplished them. Instead of saying, I will earn $50,000 in the next 12 months, you could say, I earn $50,000 per year. The goals must be stated positively as well. Instead of saying, I will quit smoking, I will lose a certain number of pounds of weight, you would say, I'm a non smoker or I weigh X number of pounds. Your command must be positive because the subconscious mind cannot process a negative command. It is only receptive to a positive present tense statement. Why is that? The universe is ever giving. If you speak something negative, the universe will give you more of that. If you seek something positive, it will give you more of that. So what do you want? If you say I wish, then you'll keep wishing, 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 wishing. So very important to say I am, I have. Your third P stands for personal. From now on, for the rest of your life, write out every goal beginning with the word I, followed by a verb of some kind. You're the only person in the universe who can use the word I in relation to yourself. When your subconscious mind receives a command that begins with the word I, it is as though the factory floor receives a production order from the head office. It goes to work directly, immediately to bring the goal into your reality. For example, you would not say, my goal is to earn $50,000 per year. Instead, you would say, I earn $50,000 per year. Begin each of your goals with phrases such as I earn, I weigh, I achieve, I win, I drive, such as such and such a car, I live in such and such a home, I climb such and such a mountain, and so on. Set deadlines on your goals. Only then, dreams and goals. What's the difference? Dreams are things that you have dreamt that you want. Goals are dreams given with a deadline, with the achieving statement. To add power to your daily written goals, put a deadline at the end of each goal. For example, you might write, I earn an average of $5,000 per month by December 31st, followed by a particular year. As we discussed in an earlier chapter, your mind loves deadlines and thrives on a forcing system. Even if you do not know how the goal is going to be achieved, always give yourself a firm deadline. Remember, you could always change the deadline with new information, but be sure you have a deadline like exclamation point after every goal. How badly do you want it? The exercise of writing out your 10 goals every single day is a test. This test is to determine how badly you really want to achieve these goals. Often you will write out a goal and then forget to write it down again. This simply means that you either don't really want to achieve that goal as much as something else, or you don't really believe that the goal is achievable for you. However, the more you can discipline yourself to write and rewrite your goals each day, the clearer you will become about what you really want, and the more convinced you will become that it is possible for you. Trust the process. When you begin writing your goals, you may have no idea how they will be accomplished, but this is not important. All that matters is that you write and rewrite them every day in complete faith, knowing that every single time you write them down, you're impressing them deeper and deeper into your subconscious mind. At a certain point, you will begin to believe with absolute conviction that your goal is achievable. Once your subconscious mind accepts your goals as commands from subconscious mind, it'll start to make all your words and actions fit a pattern consistent with those goals. Your subconscious mind will start attracting into your life people and circumstances that can help you to achieve your goal. Your mental computer works 24 hours per day. Your subconscious mind works 24 hours a day like a massive computer that is never turned off. To help bring your goals into reality, almost without you doing anything, your goals will begin to materialize in your life, sometimes in the most remarkable and unexpected ways. Some years ago, I met with a businessman in LA who had an absolutely ridiculous idea. He wanted to raise many millions of dollars in investment capital to create an amusement park in Hawaii that would be composed of restaurants, displays, exhibits from a variety of different countries from around the world. He was absolutely convinced that it would be a big attraction, that he would get the support and backing of all these different countries as long as he could raise the startup money to launch the project. In my youth and experience, I gently told him that I thought his idea was a complete fantasy. The complexity and expense of such a massive undertaking was so vast for a person of his limited resources, it would be a complete waste of time. I thanked him for his offer of a job in putting this whole plan together and politely departed. This was in the 1960s. The next thing I heard about the project was that the Walt Disney Corporation had embraced it in its entirety, called it the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, Epcot Center, and had begun construction on it next to its Disneyland in Orlando, Florida. The amusement park and development has gone on to make hundreds of millions of dollars year after year and has become one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. Isn't that magical? It's all about mental computer. You think about something, you sow the idea, and then you reap it later. How wonderful. Activate all the forces in the universe. Here's the point. At that time, as a young man, I did not know that when you write down a goal, no matter how big or small, big or impossible, it seems you activate a series of forces in the universe that often make the impossible possible. I will explain this in a great detail in the chapter on the superconscious mind. Whenever you write down a new goal of any kind, you may be skeptical and doubtful about the likelihood of accomplishing it. You may have the idea in your conscious mind that you will have not yet developed the total belief and conviction that it is possible for you. This is normal and natural. Don't let it stop you from using this method every day. Just do it. All that is required to make this method work is for you to get a spiral notebook and then discipline yourself each day to write down your 10 goals in the positive present personal tense. That's all you need. In a week, in a month, in a year, you will look around and see that your whole life will have transformed in the most remarkable ways. Even if you're skeptical about this method, it only requires about 5 minutes per day to try it out for yourself. The good news is that I had never met a person in more than 20 years who has ever told me that this method does not work. It is quite the opposite. I get letters, phone calls, emails, personal testimonials almost every day from all over the country, all over the world, whose lives have transformed so dramatically with this method as to be beyond belief. Multiply your results. Let's understand about that. We can multiply the effectiveness of this method with a couple of additional techniques. First, after we have written down our goals in the positive personal present tense, we'd done at least three actions that you could take immediately to achieve that goal, also in the present positive personal tense. For example, your goal is to earn $50,000 over the next 12 months, and you say, I earn $50,000 over the next 12 months. You could then write immediately underneath, I plan every day in advance. I start in immediately on my most important task. I concentrate single mindedly on my important task until it is complete. Whatever your goal, you can easily think of three action steps that you can take immediately to achieve that goal. When you write down the action steps, you program that into subconscious mind along with the goal. At a certain point, you'll find yourself taking the steps that you wrote down, sometimes without even thinking about it. And each step you will take will move you rapidly towards your ultimate objective. So let's use 3 by 5 inches index cards. Let's understand them. Another way that you can increase the effectiveness of daily goal setting is by transferring your goals to a 3 into 5 index cards. Write one goal each card in large letters. Carry these cards with you at all times. Whenever you have a few spare moments, take out your index cards and review your goals one by one. Each of these goals should be written as a personal positive present tense affirmation. Someone once said, I would rather a morning without breakfast than a morning without affirmations. Each time you use these cards, take a few more moments, breathe and relax, and then review each of your goals one at a time. So, why do they say deep breathe and then relax? When we breathe slowly and deeply, and then we're reviewing our goals, we're giving more weightage to our goals because then we're coming from a space of being centered, balanced, and aligned. When our breath is very constantly up, down, and shallow breathing, then you're in a hurry, you're in a haste. In deep breathing, you're relaxed and you're more concentrated. So, as you read the goal to yourself, imagine the goal as though it were already a reality. Actually, see yourself at the goal, enjoying the goal, feeling the pleasure of having achieved the goal. Alternately, as you read your index cards, you can imagine specific steps that you can take immediately to achieve that goal. You should actually imagine yourself taking those steps and relax and go on to the next goal. Ideally, you should review your goals or index cards twice per day. Read them once in the morning before you start off, once in the evening before you go to bed, and you can also carry them around with you and review them during the day whenever you have a few spare moments. The best times for mental programming. There are 2 times of the days that are ideal for writing and rewriting your goals and for reading and reviewing your index cards. These are the last thing in the evening before you go to bed, and the first thing in the morning before you start off. When you rewrite and review your goals in the evening, you program them into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind then has an opportunity to work on your goals all night long while you are sleeping. You will often arrive with wonderful ideas for things to do or people to call to achieve your goals. When you rewrite and review your goals in the morning, before you start off, you set yourself up for positive thinking and positive acting all day long. Just physical exercise in the morning warms up your physical body and muscles. Reviewing your goals in the morning warms up your mind and prepares you to be at your best throughout the day. The sum total result of rewriting and reviewing your goals each day, morning and evening, is that you will impress them even more deeply into your subconscious mind. You will gradually move from positive thinking to positive knowing. You will develop a deep and unshakable conviction the goals are attainable and that it is only a matter of time before you achieve them, and you will be right. So let's sum up this chapter and let's talk about reviewing our goals daily. Just a short summary. Get yourself a spiral notebook this very day and write down 10 to 15 goals that you would like to achieve in the foreseeable future. Create a set of 3 to 5 index cards with your goals written out in the positive personal present tense to carry with you wherever you go. Visualize and imagine your goals as though they would be when you have achieved them each night before you go to sleep. So some people call it the vision board. You always create like sometimes some putting some images makes a lot of difference, and then things start coming true. Think of 3 things you would do to achieve each of your goals. Always think in terms of specific actions you could take. Number 5 and last, discipline yourself to rewrite your goals every day without reviewing your previous list until you become absolutely convinced that achieving a goal is inevitable. So with this, we conclude the chapter number 15. And now it's time for all of us to do a gratitude of Lotus of Gratitude. So, once again, everybody, let's come together and let's make our two hands into small little tiny buds and simply keep opening one finger and be grateful for the wonderful day that's gone by. And by end of the exercise, you will have seen two beautiful lotuses bloom up. So right now the hands and buds, and let's take 100 seconds to come back after our expression of gratitude. Life is so beautiful, so expansive. Let's keep our hands on our heart and thank our heart for holding in so much of gratitude for so many things that happen. Small, big, it doesn't matter. As long as we're grateful for whatever is happening, we're growing, we're evolving. Life gives us so many knocks and shocks. Some come to teach us lessons, others we can't comprehend. Nonetheless, whether it's grief, sorrow, love, or joy, there is something in everything for us to be thankful for. May we all allow our consciousness to expand, to elevate in our life, to embrace all the beautiful things, and to accept what can't be changed. May we have courage, resilience, perseverance to making our lives a better version every single day. And let's affirm, let's expand our hands towards on our chest level towards the sky by placing our palms facing the heavens above. I am open and receptive to all the magical intervention. I am open and receptive to all the divine representation. I am open and receptive to all the wonderful things that are coming my way right here, right now. I'm open and receptive to all the abundance that's coming my way. I am open and receptive to becoming a happier version of myself here on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with this, we fold our hands in gratitude and bow our heads in gratitude to all the light beings, our masters, angel guardians, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, and everyone in this realm or the other, in this dimension or the other, in this universe or the other, for helping us grow by nudging us, nurturing us, guarding us, guiding us, protecting us, and showing us the path. May we all ascend and help Mother Earth's ascension as well. So be it. So it is. So it is. So it is. With so much of love and light towards all of you. May we all have a blessed night, sleep tight, and have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow in the gap at 9 p.m. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.